Fishing is just a matter of duplication, putting out the same amount of line, the same lure, back down to that same depth, and catch those fish, the extra ones that are down there. There's a multitude of ways to keep track of how much line you've got out. One of the easiest ways is to buy the state-of-the-art line counter. You can get by with the equipment you're using, and there's a few ways to do that. One way to do it is by counting how much line goes out whenever you're letting a lure into the water by watching this line guide right here. Whenever that goes from, say, one side to the other, go like this, go like that, go like that. That's called a pass. That's when it moved from one side to the other. Once you've taken out a pass of line and you go to measure it, like this one that I've got here, we can tell that that's right now at about 9 feet of line. So every time that this line guide goes from one side of the reel to the other, I've let out 9 feet of line. If I want to let out 90 feet, of course I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 passes, and then I've got it in the water. Another way to figure out how much line you've got out, or to meter your line, is to put your lure in the water, get it moving at a certain speed, and then know how far 10 foot is on your boat. And for me, that's fairly easy to do. I've got a wrap on my boat and I've measured it. So right where the Navionics map meets the Google Earth on my wrap, that's where 10 feet is. But to make it simple, I put a piece of duct tape at the 10-foot mark. So I get my lure in the water, I get it digging so where it's trolling, and then what I basically do is I take my thumb off the spool and I move the rod forward to that duct tape. Clamp my thumb back down, I've just let out 10 foot of line. Now if I want to let out 90 feet of line again in this instance, I got to do that 8 more times, or a total of 9 times 10 feet, and I've let it out 90 feet. The last way to do this, and this is kind of a redneck way, but I like it, is say you're going to meter your line in 20-foot increments. So every time I get to 20 feet, and I can measure it out with a tape measure, I take a Sharpie permanent marker, and I can actually mark my line with a black magic marker in 20-foot increments. When I get to the 100-foot increment, I can use red, and then I've got metered line. So if I got to let it out 90 feet, I go to the red, back up 10 feet, and boom, I'm trolling. Duplication is the key to fishing. Fish really aren't that hard to catch, they're just hard to find. Once you find them, once you figure out what they want, do it again, duplicate it, and you're going to catch a lot more fish.